two dogs. I'm not even going to go into their names because they're mixes, which means they're not real dogs either. It means that they're just, but they're small. We had to travel 1,200 miles with those dogs. Two dogs. Oh, this man's done this. You've done something like this. I can tell by the way you laughed and how she punched you. Every 2 hours you have to stop so the dogs can take a walk. And you have to stop or they might take a walk in your car. And most of the time they just take a walk. You got to round them back up, put them in the car. We're trying to get to where we're going. Finally, we stop at a hotel. Not a nice hotel. This is a hotel that would take dogs. That's why the people that do hotels say, you cannot be a really nice hotel like Marriott. No, you be doggy hotel. And we went into the doggy hotel, scariest place I've ever been. They were dealing drugs in the lobby. A lot of times I make stuff up or I will have You didn't know that before? A lot of times I will make stuff up or I will, make a story bigger to make it funny.
In half a mile, keep left to continue on I-96 Express Jeffries Freeway. Follow signs for Lansing.
Two guys followed us to our room and watched as we went, just stood there and watched as we went into our room. When's the last time you
keep
saw
left?
A piece of plastic on it with your room number on it. So if you drop your key,
continue for 7 miles.
The person that found it. No inside security. Nothing. You know that little latch, so if somebody opens your door, they can't get in, you hear it open and call the police or whatever. None of that. The only security thing in the whole place was a strip of paper around the toilet lid that said, "For your protection." I slept with that. You think I'm kidding? Somebody break into our room, I'm going, get away. You ever had a paper cut? We took the dogs for one final walk, put them to bed, and crashed into bed. So tired. About an hour later, I woke up. I'm 73. At 73, I got to take a couple walks myself. Got up and headed toward the bathroom. Didn't want to turn on the light. Now, there isn't any exaggeration to this. Went to turn on the light through this half-dark room. All of a sudden, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. I saw a movement out of the corner of my eye and looked over. There was a man standing in our little closet in his underwear. And I instinctively hit at him and almost broke my fist on the mirror that was She said, "What is it? What is it?" I said, "I've taken care of it, baby." I'm an idiot. I have a son-in-law that sings in a gospel group. He's a gospel quartet, Southern gospel music. And I get so tickled. Nobody else notices it, I don't think, but I get tickled watching those guys because the tenors, who are the elite of those groups. They are the prima donnas of those groups. And for those of you who may not know what Southern gospel is like, think back to barbershop quartet. Only they really want to share their faith with people, so they sing. And they've got a tenor and a bass, and all the songs end with the tenor going way up and the bass going way down. And when the tenors go up, their foot goes up in the air like this. It's a every song. When we tell a good joke, we don't go. And I couldn't figure this out. I was sitting at dinner with my family one night. And when you have, how many of you have children? When you have children, all sense of I've got it all together goes away. Because they're not afraid to tell you what's going on. And so I'm sitting there and the grandchildren are going, ew, ew, gross. And my wife said, what is it? Look at Grandpa. Well, what's wrong with Grandpa? He's got a hair grown out of it. Oh, ew. And I said, honey, tell them about respect. And she said, ew. She said, you need to do something about that. So I always do research, and I found out you could buy a razor for 120 bucks it's just made for your nose. Just a circular, I know it's disgusting, but you start it, wipe it off on your pants and get ready for next time. I'm not gonna spend 120 bucks. I found one in some magazine that you could buy, I think it was 12 bucks or something like that. It was mechanical. You squeeze like a pair of pliers, but it's not pliers, it has two cylinders. One goes this way, one goes this way. It's got serrated edge. The day it came, I was 100 bucks with this thing. I wish I'd invented this, I'd be a millionaire. And I put it in my nose and squeezed it. It doesn't cut nothing. But it grabbed everything in that nostril. I got tears shooting 2.5 feet out of this ear. Out of this eye, not out of this. That would really be pain, wouldn't it? Tears shooting 2.5 feet out of this eye. I'm running around the house with this thing dangling out of my nose, and I ran into where my wife was and said, I bought it, but it caught my nose. It hurts. It's on fire. And she said, oh, grow up, and yanked it. And my foot went up just like that.
T-Mobile's Guide to Moving Day. Step 1, get T-Mobile 5G home internet with 2-day free shipping. Step 2, get online in 15 minutes. Step 3, find the box of pants. Make your house a home on day 1. Get T-Mobile 5G home internet for just $50 a month.
What is this? Mabel, we call it hoppers. Hoppers? We put this into this. Yes, this into this. They worked! And they were in the same den.
No. How you doing, girl? What's up? Nice feathers.
I understand you.
It's good to be alive. I have some things I'd like to say.
Lizard, lunchtime snack, giant snake, ant spike bag, slippery log, dancing frog. Enough.
I'm thinking. Sometimes I think my memory and all of the stuff that's happening to me comes from incidences in my life. Came out of my house the other day. How many of you lose your cell phone? Can I see your hands? I lose it 4 or 5 times a day. And I couldn't find it anywhere in the house. I went out, got in the car, and I thought, well, maybe it's in the back seat. So I knelt on the front seat, took my seatbelt off, and I am kneeling on the back seat, digging in the back seat, because it's nothing but trash back there, and looking for my phone. I left my car in gear. My car is moving down the road 5, maybe 10 miles an hour. I don't know the exact speed, because I can't see with that part of my body. I'm